Welcome to Digital Asset News. Take the top stories in cryptocurrency and digital assets and break them down to bite-sized pieces. Today, we've got some breaking news. First up, Morgan Stanley becomes the very first big US bank to offer its wealthy clients access to Bitcoin funds. And the key word here is wealthy. Why they do it and what's going on? I'll tell you all about it in a second. On top of that, we're going to take a look at the new Grayscale trusts, and there are 5 new cryptocurrency and digital assets to take a look at. So maybe this might be something to do your own research and see exactly what these products are all about. Maybe add them to your portfolio if you deem fit. Also, take a look at the Blockchain African Conference, which is going to be happening tomorrow. Keynote speaker is Charles Hoskinson and a lot of big name players. And finally, I minted the tomato coin, and I am the proud owner of 2 million tomato coins, which I did on the Cardano blockchain. So we'll go over all that, why I did it. But first, let's take a look at what's going on into the market. So today it is the 17th? 17th. It is almost 10 a.m. El Paso, Texas time. Got to get this done so I can go get my vaccine. Great for me. And what's going on here? Well, total market cap has been slipping a little bit. Now we're down. Well, not really. We're at 1.7 trillion. Remember just a year ago when we broke through 200 billion, 300 billion? People were like, wow, 300 billion. We're on our way back. And now we're, poo-pooing all over like 1.7 trillion. One's 2, one's 3. So of course it's always the same thing, bigger, stronger, faster. Let's get it here as quick as possible because we want everything yesterday. But that's pretty much not how it works. Anyhow, let's see the actual prices of what's going on. Let me blow this up so you can see what I'm talking about. And here we are. So looking at the charts, which it's always interesting to see what's going on as far as price action goes. We've got Bitcoin down to 54,000, below 55, and it just keeps going down a little bit. There was some news, whether you believe it to be true or not, that India is considering banning cryptocurrency again, and we covered that. The finance minister had come out and she said that they do not plan to do that. That's not going to happen. They're going to sit down with the Reserve Bank of India, the RBI, and go through the talks, but they want to make this happen. Not just blockchain, but she said specifically cryptocurrencies. So I don't see this really happening. And again, the Reserve Bank of India, you have to remember, they don't set law. That is not how it works. And just remember that about a year ago, the Supreme Court of India said, hey, you can't ban this. It's really against our laws, and you have to open this up to people. So even though the Reserve Bank say, we want to ban it, that's okay. I want a 24-karat gold toilet, and I'm not going to get it. So that's just how it really works out in the world. And they can talk about it all day long, but I don't believe it's going to be banned. But of course, we will see. Anyhow, Ethereum down below 1800, 1770. Looks like there's some trepidation in the waters. Look for April 1st. There's going to be what is called, quote unquote, a show of power by the Ethereum miners as they're going to, I guess, protest the EIP 1559, which is going to flatten out the rates for the Ethereum fees. They don't really like that too much. They say it puts a greater risk for Ethereum and the network. And of course, the foundation has responded by going, you know what, we should just really speed up that proof of stake work. So we'll see how that works out. Cardano's in the 3rd spot because it was listed yesterday on Coinbase Pro. And just so you know, with Coinbase Pro, it always starts out like that. It's going to be listed on Coinbase. It starts out on Pro. They get the liquidity. You can't buy it right now. It's all inbound transfers only. And then it goes live, I believe, tomorrow. And then from there, it'll migrate over to Coinbase. So really, in all honesty, it's down a percentage point last hour. It only went up about 20%. And there used to be this thing called the Coinbase effect. But look, Coinbase doesn't have the power it used to. And in 2017, if there was something listed, it would shoot up massively. So, Cardano used to be $1.50, and so people talk about, well, the market cap's really high, whatever else. Look, it used to be like like $1.48 or something like that, $1.48, and it only went up, a little bit. So I don't think Coinbase has the power it does. Now, if it was listed on PayPal, you better believe that it would have been big. Anyhow, Binance Coin, everything's down a little bit. Nothing really fantastic in the news today. Anything up that's really majorly? Let's see. 39% for Filecoin, I'll tell you, because Grayscale listed it in one of their trusts. Basic attention token probably up. All the rest of the one probably up because of that listing. So now you know why. Anyhow, that's what's going on. Let's take a look at the projected range, get into our inner trader and see what's potentially going up. No surprise here. Basic attention token is going up massively because of that listing with Grayscale. GoChain, StormX. Hey, StormX. I recently added that to my portfolio just a little bit because it's been around since 2014. It's kind of like honey, where the more that you buy in retail, the more cash back or crypto back that you get. And they just added Adidas, and that's a pretty big thing. So StormX, yeah. Next, Gas, Filecoin, again listed by Grayscale. Oh, so that's what's going on. Of course, Trader Chain tells us. So let's just break into today's top story, shall we? All right. So first up, I found this on Twitter because Mike Novogratz tweeted it out. That guy must be on Twitter like 24/7, or he's got a hell of an assistant because that guy tweets like all day long. And he's just said, hey, he was proud to be a part of this. So what's going on here? Well, Morgan Stanley becomes the first big US bank to offer its wealthy clients access to Bitcoin funds. Nothing against wealthy people. Good for you guys, but just how it is. And I think it's mostly to mitigate risk. You got to remember, an accredited investor in the eyes of the government and laws should know more of the risks, and it's just it's less of a risk for these banks and institutions because if they go for these people who have a pretty good net worth, then there's less of a risk of a blowback, and I understand why they're doing it. Makes a lot of sense. Anyhow, the investment bank told its financial advisors Wednesday in an internal memo that the bank is launching access to 3 funds that enable ownership of Bitcoin. I think that's the big keyword here. Enable ownership of Bitcoin. I'm not 100% sure if this is actual physical. No, there's no physical Bitcoin. That's goofy. Like paper Bitcoin, like an ETF. It's not an ETF, but they're able to get it into a fund. So really, the question then becomes, well, who is doing the custody? I would have guessed then Morgan Stanley has some kind of custody service, or they're reaching out to Galaxy Digital. And that's the same type of thing. 2 of the funds on offer are from Galaxy Digital, the crypto firm founded by Mike Novogratz. Third is a joint from NYDIG, another big player in the space and becoming bigger every day, it seems like. The bank is only allowing its wealthier clients access to the volatile asset. The bank considers it suitable for people with an aggressive risk tolerance. Sure, but we've talked about this before, right? I don't understand why not just the banks, but like financial institutions or hedge funds or financial advisors, which I definitely am not. Look at this shirt, not a financial advisor. And why wouldn't they just tell their people like, hey, all you got to do is just to put in 2 to 3% into your portfolio as a hedge. That's all you got to do. And it might go to 0, which is the standard response, which is stupid, I think. But if they just say that, then people will be like, yeah, okay, I have a little bit of risk. I think 2% or 1% will be okay. I don't understand. But this is what they are doing here in this situation. So yeah, let's see how it works out. Anyhow, the bank considers who is wealthy to have at least 2 million in assets held by the firm. Investment firms need at least 5 million at the bank to qualify for the new stake. So if you have like that much of money, then sure, let them do it. And the question then becomes like, well, why do you have to have all that money when you can just go to Coinbase and you can just go to Voyager and just get it yourself? You understand? People are different, right? And some people like, Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank, he does not feel comfortable doing that. He's like, I feel comfortable with ETFs. That's just what I know, and I don't want to learn anything different. I don't want to, store it in a cold storage. I don't want to have 5 million on my nano ledger. Okay, that's fine. Same thing here, right? Everybody's different. Everybody has their own risk tolerance. Everybody wants to do it a certain way. And some people will say, yeah, but you've got to own it because if it's not your keys, not your crypto. Calm down. Everybody's got things going on in their lives, right? If you're single mom, 5 kids running around, working 2 jobs and trying to invest, good luck. So that's just all I'll say about that. I welcome everybody who's into cryptocurrency digital assets. I don't care how you do it. Just get in here before it's too late. All right. And to finish up, the investment bank, a giant in the wealth management, has 4 trillion in client assets. And the rest of it is kind of boring. But that's the big thing, right? So you've got a huge bank and they're making waves and they're telling their investors like, look, if you have this much, 2 million or 5 million, or what are the criteria, put this much into one of our funds for cryptocurrency. And they're talking to not just a little bit of people, 4 trillion assets under management. So now you're going to have people who are going to hear about this story because CNBC is going to cover this all day long. And then all of a sudden people are like, what's that? What's going on? I should get into that because if the wealthy people are doing it, that's smart money. I need to get in there. Before you know it, tidal wave, FOMO, hockey stick, everything goes up. Anyhow, let me know what you think in the comments section. Let's move on to our next piece. Yeah, this one. So before I get going, who likes this shirt? Look at this shirt. Look at this. Let me show you something. See this? Average shirt, right? Not a big deal. It's okay. Get yourself one of these. These are called classic tees, and I love them. So far I was reached out by the CEO and owner, and he goes, hey, can I do a promo spot on your channel? I said, no, I don't really do promo spots, and that's just it. He goes, well, can you talk about it? Sure. And then I'll give you an affiliate link, and then you can see if people like them. So they are, if you use the affiliate link of Dan15, it gives you 15% off. And the reason why I partnered with them, or I am talking about this right now, first of all, it's super comfortable. I don't like t-shirts that are really loose and everything else because I'm not a big guy. I'm just really not. But if I have something like this, a little bit more fitted in the arms, but then has what I like to consider a dad bod, a little bit more room in the stomach, I will take that all day long. And because my channel is 93% males, kind of a sausage party. So like with this situation, I think this would be appropriate if you like these types of shirts. And the last reason why I partner up with them is this, is that part of the proceeds goes to help homeless vets get shelter in Georgia. So look, if you're into, I always am trying to find like a t-shirt that fits me instead of like those regular t-shirts. That's what everything fits me. Because again, not a big guy, but if it's tapered, it feels good. It's soft. It's a premium t-shirt. I love it. And I just got this yesterday, so I thought I'd tell you all about it. To grab one of these shirts, all you got to do is go to trueclassictees.com. The link is like the third link in the description below, and just put in, I'll show you right here when you check it out, Dan15, and apply that and you get 15%. You don't have to use Dan15. You just go to True Classic Tees and check it out. But hey, if you want to use the discount, there you go. Anyhow, that is that little snippet part. Let's move on to our next piece, which you're all here for. Grayscale. All right, so Grayscale. The thing with them is that, you know, we have the Bitcoin trust, we have the Ethereum trust, and it's at a premium. Well, Grayscale just went ahead and said, you know what, those are doing fantastic. We have other ones, but here's our 5 new ones. And for me, when I saw this, I thought to myself, you know what, these types of cryptocurrencies, I really need to take a deeper dive into, because if Grayscale, who was one of the first ones to do a trust and really got heavy into Bitcoin. And even on their charter, it states that they can't sell Bitcoin. It's only in a trust. It's in their charter. They can't sell it. So when they take a look and they say, hey, you know what? We like these types of assets, basic attention token. Okay, I got some of that. Chainlink. Okay, I got some of that. Decentraland trust, Filecoin trust, and live peer trust. You really would want to take a deep dive as to why these guys did it. Maybe this will make sense for you. This is not financial advice, but when I see something like this, I think to myself, maybe I should take a deeper dive into Decentraland, which would be mostly Mana. Filecoin, they just had a listing over at Coinbase, and it does pretty well. It is all about the ability to have cloud computing services, but on the blockchain, or file sharing software on the blockchain. So it looks like a pretty good one. Instead of doing, paying for Apple iCloud, you could do this type of thing. And then there might be an advantage here. I just got to do more deep dive. And live peer, don't know anything about it. I need to do my own due diligence. So again, take a look at these ones. If you're wondering why these things are up, it's because Grayscale listed them. So maybe, in all honesty, that Coinbase effect, maybe Grayscale has more of an effect than Coinbase does. Anyhow, let me know what you think in the comments section. Let's move on to our last pieces. So last up, I'm going to attend this. This is a blockchain African conference, and it's going to be the next 2 days or so. And they've got a ton of different speakers that some I've heard of. Like I know, like up here, you'll have like Dan Held, Peter McCormick, what Bitcoin did, Ben Zhao. And I mean, like if you go through this, it's just like a who's who of everybody who's going to be speaking at this blockchain conference. And if you remember, we had talked before about what Cardano is doing as far as decentralized finance, and then starting to work into the different countries, not just like the shops and merchants, but the actual different countries and the legislature there to get Cardano into that space as far as DeFi. Now, some people in the comment section, Rob, you're stupid. Sure. And they said that, because it's Africa, it's all a big song and dance. They're all going to talk about it, but they're not going to implement squat. So I'm like, well, you know what, maybe. I mean, look, everybody talks about the US government like, they're not going to do anything. And they do get some things done every so often. So in all honesty, I think that blockchain is ripe for an African country, especially sub-Saharan Africa, when we talk about the underbanked or unbanked. And I could definitely see why this would be a big boom. So I will be attending, and I'll let you know everything about it as far as what is going on. Looks like a pretty good one. So, and again, if Cardano moves into Africa and, people actually start building on it, then this should be pretty great. So we will see how it all works out. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And the last piece I want to share with you is that I minted TomatoCoin on Cardano. So I finally got TomatoCoin. I've been talking about it forever. It never existed. It was just a made-up type of thing, but I thought it was a pretty good one. And if you go to CardanoAssets.com, you can check it out. You can find TomatoCoin, and I got 2 million of them. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it. I just want to see exactly what Cardano can do, and that's just one of the things. So I will let everybody know the plans for TomatoCoin. In all honesty, I have no idea. I have no idea. It was just an impulse thing. So we'll see how it all plays out. All right, so that is it for today. So if you liked the video and you found some value, give it a thumbs up. That helps tremendously with the channel. Also, if you like these types of videos, I'm going to put 2 more up on the left and right. You can check those out. And but that is it for today. So thanks so much for stopping by. Also, I will put a link for the t-shirts in the description. So thanks a lot. I appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one.